change their vote.
Is that the way to talk about a man's life?
Whose life are you talking about? The life of the dead man or the life of a murderer?
I want to know. Who?
So do I.
Excuse me? This was a secret ballot.
No one looked while we did it, but now I want to know.
A secret ballot? No? We all agreed on this? But if they wanted to keep a secret...
What do you mean? There are no secrets in here. I know who it was. What is the matter with you? You come in here and you vote guilty. And then this slick cookie tears your heart out about this poor little boy who couldn't help becoming a murderer. So you change your vote. If that isn't the most
Now hold it. I agree with you that the boy is guilty. Now let's try to be fair.
Hold it. Be fair. That's just what I'm saying. We're trying to put the guilty man into the chair where he belongs. And suddenly, we're paying attention to fairy tales!
Just a minute!
Now you listen to me!
Now let's keep this organized. Organized? Oh no, it isn't organized, but let's try to keep it civilized.
Excuse me, I would like to say something here. I always thought that in this country, a person is entitled to have unpopular opinions. That's why I came here. I want to have the right to disagree.
Do you disagree with us?
Usually I would. In this case I don't, but the point I'm trying to make is that in my country, I'm afraid to say, having unpopular opinions is just not an option.
Oh, now really? We have to listen to the entire history of your country?
It is always wise for us to bear in mind what has happened in other countries when people are not allowed to disagree. But here, we are allowed to disagree, so let's stick to the subject, please.
Yes, let's stick to the subject. So, tell me, why did you change your vote?
I want to know too. You haven't told us yet.
Why do you think I did change my vote?
Because I do. Just get on with it.
There's nothing for him to tell. He didn't change his vote. I did.
Well, I was going to tell you, but you were so sure of yourself.
Sorry. Now listen.
Perhaps you'd like to know why.
Let me tell you why that boy's a murdering piece of...
The gentleman wants to talk.
Thank you. This lady chose not to stand alone against us. That's her right. It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone. She left the verdict up to us. She gambled for support, and I gave it to her. I want to hear more. The vote is 10 to 2.
No, that's fine. And if your speech is over, let's move on.
If there were anything in that boy's favor at all, I'd vote not guilty.
I don't know what it would be.
Neither do I. They're clutching at straws.
He's as guilty as they can be, that boy.
It's that one juror. She's holding everything up. But she'll come around. She's got to, and fundamentally, she's a fair and reasonable person.
I guess so, yes.
They haven't presented us with any one real fact yet that could back up a verdict of not guilty.
Well, that's hard to do, you know.
Yeah, what is reasonable doubt?
Well, I would have to ask too, what is reasonable doubt?
Exactly. What is a reasonable doubt? What is a reasonable doubt? You've got to have law and order, but there's a person's life at stake. But you still got to have law and order. You've got to draw the line somewhere. Otherwise, people would go out knifing people all the time, you know?
There's no doubt here.
Well, two people seem to think there's some doubt, and I wonder why. I really wonder why.
You know, though, you hear about innocent men who are sent to jail to their deaths sometimes, and then years later, things start to come up.
You're right. But on the other hand, some people are turned loose on a technicality. They go out and they kill again. They squeeze out on some sort of loophole. And months later, or weeks later, or years later, they go out and they kill again. I don't understand it.
Look, now now that we've calmed down, Willa, I was a little excited a moment ago. You know how it is. I didn't mean to get nasty. It's nothing personal.
Think nothing of it.
Hey, supposing you answer me this. If the boy didn't kill his father, who did?
As far as I know, we're supposed to decide whether or not the boy on trial is guilty. We're not concerned with anyone else's motives here.
But who else had a motive?
The boy's father was along in years, maybe an old grudge.
And remember, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. This is very important.
Everyone's a lawyer. Well, supposing you tell us what your reasonable doubts are.
This isn't easy. So far, it's the feeling that I have. The feeling. Perhaps you don't understand.
No, I don't.
A feeling? We're gonna sit here all night to talk about your feelings? What about the facts?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Look, the old man who lived downstairs heard the boy say, "I'm gonna kill you." Then a second later, he hears the father's body falling. Then he runs to his door 15 seconds after that and sees the boy running down the stairs and out the house.
Now, where's the reasonable doubt in that?
That's right, and let's not forget the woman across the street. She looked into the open window and saw the boy stab his father. She saw it.
Now, if that's not enough for you,
It's not enough for me.
Well, what is enough for you? I'd like to know.
How you like this woman? It's like talking into a dead phone.
The woman saw the killing through the windows of an elevated train. The train had 5 cars on it. She was able to look through the windows of the last 2 cars. She remembers the most insignificant details.
well, what have you got to say about that?
I don't know. Doesn't sound right to me.
Well, supposing you think about it then.
All right. How long does it take an elevated train going at top speed to pass a given point?
What has that got to do with anything?
How long would it take? Guess.
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Neither would I.
Nobody mentioned it.
What do you think?
About 10 or 12 seconds, maybe.
I'd say that was a fair guess. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think 10 seconds, perhaps.
All right, agreed. 10 seconds. What are you getting at?
This. An L train takes 10 seconds to pass a given point. That point is the window of the room in which the killing took place. You can almost reach out of the window of that room and touch the L, right?
That's right, I tried it.
So?
Well, let me ask you this. Has anyone here ever lived close to the L tracks?
I live next to them.
They make a lot of noise, don't they? I've lived right next to the L. When your window is open and the train passes by, the noise is almost unbearable. You can't hear yourself think.
Oh, you can't hear yourself think. Get to the point.
The old man who lived downstairs heard the boy say,
He didn't say it. He screamed it.
the old man heard the boy scream, "I'm going to kill you." And then 1 second later, he heard a body fall. 1 second, that's a testimony, right?
Right.
The woman across the street looked through the last 2 cars of the L train and saw the body fall, right?
Right.
The last 2 cars. The last 2 cars.
What are you giving us here?
An L train takes 10 seconds to pass a given point, or 2 seconds per car. That L train had been going by the old man's window for 6 seconds and maybe more before the body fell, according to the woman. That means the old man would have had to hear the boy say, "I'm going to kill you," while the front of the L was rushing past his nose. There's no way he could have heard it.
What do you mean? Sure, he could have heard it.
With an L train going by,
He said the boy screamed it out.
an L train makes a lot of noise.
It's enough for me.
It's enough for me, too.
I don't think he could have heard it.
Well, maybe the old man didn't.
What are you saying? Are you calling the old man a liar?
Something doesn't fit.
Well, it stands to reason.
You're crazy. Why would he have lied? What has he got to gain?
Attention? Maybe.
You keep coming up with these bright sayings. Why don't you send one into the newspaper? I hear they pay $50.
What does that have to do with a man's life? Why might the old man have lied? You have a right to be heard.
It's just that I looked at him for a very long time. The seam of his jacket were split under the arm. Did you notice that? This is a very old man with a torn jacket, and he carried 2 canes. I think I know this man better than anyone here. This is a quiet, frightened, insignificant old man who's been nothing all his life. He's never had recognition, his name in the newspaper. After 75 years, no one knows him. This is a very sad thing. This is a man who needs to be questioned, to be recognized, to be listened to be quoted just once. This is very important.
And you're trying to tell us he lied about a thing like this just so he could be important?
No, he wouldn't really lie, but perhaps he would make himself believe that he heard those words and that he recognized the boy's face.
Well, that's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How can you make up a thing like that?
I'm not making this up.
You must be making it up. People don't lie about things like that.
No. He made himself believe that he told the truth.
What would you know about it?
I speak from experience.
Is there anything else?
Cough drop?
No, thank you. Come on, let's get on with it.
I'll take them. Thank you. All right. There's something else I'd like to point out here. I think we proved that the old man couldn't have heard the boy say, "I'm going to kill you."
Well, I disagree.
Let's hear her through anyway.
But supposing the old man really did hear the boy say, "I'm going to kill you." This phrase, how many times has each of you used it? Probably hundreds. If you do that once more, Junior, I'm going to murder you. Or somebody else, "Come on, Rocky, kill him." We say it every day. That doesn't mean we're actually going to kill someone.
Yeah, but don't the circumstances alter it somewhat?
The old man was murdered.
And another thing. The phrase was, "I'm gonna kill you." And it was shouted out at the top of his lungs.
That's the way I understood it.
Now don't try to tell me that someone who says a thing like that, the way he said it, doesn't mean it.
And how they mean it.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you really think the boy would yell out a thing like that so that the whole neighborhood could hear him? I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Right? He's a common ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
The boy's clever enough.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
The vote's 9-3 in favor of guilty.
I'd like to know why you changed your vote.
I think there's a doubt.
Where? What is the doubt?
Well, there's a knife.
Fine. She's got you believing a fairy tale.
Go on, give us your reasons.
The old man. Maybe he didn't lie, but then maybe he did. Maybe the old man doesn't like the boy.
Oh, if this isn't the end.
I believe there is a reasonable doubt.
What are you basing it on? Stories that this woman made up? She should write for Amazing Detective Monthly, you know? She'd make a fortune. Look, the boy had a lawyer, didn't he? Why did his lawyer bring up these points?
Lawyers can't think of everything.
Ah, heavens. And you keep pulling these stories out of thin air. So now you want us to believe that the old man didn't get out of bed, run to the door, and see the boy running down the stairs 15 seconds after the killing. You know, the old man swore to this. He swore to this. Oh, only so he could be important.
The old man said he ran to the door.
Ah, man, what? What's the difference he got there?
I don't remember what was said, but I don't see how he could run.
He said he went. I remember it now. He said he went to the front door. Now that's enough, isn't it?
Where was his bedroom again?
Down the hall somewhere.
Down the hall hall somewhere. Are we just send the man off to die because it's down the hall somewhere?
Well, I thought you remembered everything. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
I don't remember either.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to take a look at the diagram of the apartment, please.
Why don't we just run the whole trial over again so that you can get your facts straight?
The bedroom is down the hall somewhere. Do you know? Do you know exactly where it was? Please, a boy's life may depend on it. Do you know?
Well,
Mr. Foreman?
I heard you.
All right. What's this one for? How come you're the only one in the room that wants to see exhibits all the time?
I want to see this one too.
So do I.
And I want to stop wasting time.
Are we going to start wading through all that nonsense about where the body was found?
No. We're going to find out how an old man who walks with a pair of canes and has had 2 strokes in the past 3 years could get to his front door in 15
He
seconds.
said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
How does he know how long 15 seconds is?
Oh,
You can't judge a thing like that.
He said 15. He was very positive about it.
He was an old man. You could see that. Half the time he was confused. How could he be sure about anything? You know?
No, I don't know. Maybe you know.
Is this what you're looking for?
Yes, that's right. Thank you. You want this?
Yes, please.
do me a favor and somebody wake me up when this is over.
I looked at that thing for 2 hours. Enough is enough.
Some of us are interested. Go ahead.
All right. This is the apartment in which the killing took place. The old man's apartment was directly beneath it and exactly the same. Here are the L tracks. Here's the bedroom, another bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room, dining room. Here's the hallway, here's the front door, and here are the stairs. Now, the old man was in this bedroom. He says he got up, went out into the hall, down the hall, and opened his front door just in time to see the boy racing down the stairs. Am I right?
That's the story.
That's what happened.
15 seconds after the body fell.
Correct.
His bed was at the window. It's 12 feet from his bed to the bedroom door. The hallway is 43 feet 6 inches. The old man would have had to get up out of bed, get his canes, walk 12 feet, open the bedroom door, walk 43 feet, and open the front door, all in 15 seconds. Is this possible?
You know, it is possible.
I don't see why not.
He would have been in a hurry. He did hear the scream.
The old man could only walk very slowly. They had to help him into the witness chair.
You make it sound like it's a long